This segment is sponsored by AAA Mid-Atlantic.
When you think about elementary school, it is hard not to imagine the safety patrols on the move. We are joined today by two very special guests. Morgan Dean with AAA Mid-Atlantic is with us, and Kayo Cook. He is now a rising, well, I guess you've already risen to middle school. Kayo, it's wonderful to see you.
It's wonderful to see y'all too.
Thank you. And Morgan, this is so much fun. The School Safety Patrol program from AAA celebrating a big birthday this year.
Yeah, can you believe it? 100 years young or 100 years old. It all depends on how you look at that. It's hard to believe, to think back 100 years ago, the idea of kids dealing with traffic was kind of an unknown thing. Kids knew how to get out of the way of horse and buggies, but when vehicles came along, and early on, they were making their own rules about where to drive and speeds and everything else. There really were some very serious crashes out there. And the Auto Club of Chicago saw the need and started the patrol to help kids be safe around schools. And here we are 100 years later, one of the top leadership programs for young people all across the globe. 654,000 patrollers last year were the largest safety programs in the entire world.
It really is so impressive. And when you see the school safety patrollers in action, I mean, talk about really boggling the mind. They do such amazing things, and the program is so critical on school campuses across the country. Kayo, you are with us right now. You've just been recognized as the 2019-2020 Outstanding School Safety Patroller at Beaver Dam Elementary School, which is fantastic. Round of applause. That is fantastic.
Thank you.
You are welcome. How did you feel about being recognized as the Outstanding School Safety Patroller?
Well, at the start, it was like, it felt kind of weird. Like, I never would have expected this. But kind of in the end, it felt more, I felt more proud of myself and proud that I got to get this award and everything.
What was it like for you, Kayo, being part of the School Safety Patrol community for Beaver Dam Elementary School? You played such a key role in being a role model and helping the kids with just general safety and really being a friend in so many ways.
It was great getting to work with a team of students that so we could all make sure our school was safe. I realized that some of our traffic cones were too small for the drop-off area. So we changed that. We also had problems with the floor getting wet and slick in the cafeteria, so we made changes to make it safer for the students. I also created games to help students have fun while they were learning about bus safety. We enlisted help from the first graders to help us clean up and decorate the nature trail behind the school, and that had and was needed to be taken care of with some tender love and care. I enjoyed my time on the school safety patrol. It was a lot of fun.
And, you know, I think it's everything, that experience is probably everything that you put into it. And I can hear it when you're talking through some of those, you know, observations that you made that needed to be done around school. And then, of course, getting out on the trail behind the school and making those improvements. It must make you feel really good.
Yeah. I was happy to help all of the kids in our school.
And talk about being surprised when you were recognized as the 2019-2020 Outstanding School Safety Patroller. How did that all come together? Can you talk us through a little bit about the big surprise that was rolled into that?
So, when my mom called me outside, I was like, "What's happening?" And when I came out here, I saw everyone there, and I kind of learned, because at first I didn't know my uncle and my grandfather were safety patrols, but then I got to figure that out with and then Morgan Dean said it was all, we had like 4 generations who have served on the AAA School Safety Patrol, and that was really neat. My grandfather and my uncle, and then it was my great-grandfather, my grandfather, my uncle, and then me.
So 4 generations of school safety patrollers, and then you win this outstanding or recognized with outstanding school safety patrol award. That must make you feel like a really big deal.
Yeah.
That's really cool. Morgan, seeing something like this come together, because I remember when we were talking right before you were headed out for this award ceremony, seeing something like this come together with 4 generations must be really gratifying for you and for AAA too.
It is. We're so proud of our patrollers, all of them. But then when we see some of the things that Kayo took on his own and did at his school to make a difference for the school community, not just for his year, but for years to come there, we really do see the leadership in this program and the value in this program and what it brings to it. And then when we found out that he was part of 4 generations, we were so very excited to get to know his family and hear all those stories. And even more, Kayo is continuing to pass it on right now. I just got the chance to go out to Beaver Dam Elementary School a couple of weeks back to swear in the next generation of patrollers there. We did a flagpole ceremony, socially distanced out there. They all were wearing their belts and badges and took their oath, and we swore them in. And the most important thing that we did also during all of that, they got letters from last year's patrollers, including Mr. Kayo Cook, with some recommendations for the patrol on what they can do to make things better. And then also a little bit of pep talk from former patrollers saying, here's some of the great things that you're going to do. And that's so important when we see kids passing it forward like that. It really was a great moment. And those kids are making it work. It's a little bit different this year. Schools have had their challenges. They're not in person every day, maybe. They're working hybrid sometimes. Things have changed very quickly, but the school patrol out there at Beaver Dam Elementary School is on patrol, and we were so very excited to see it. They are, we should say, wearing their AAA masks this year. Same color as their belts and their badges, and you can see them from a distance. And they're working to promote a lot of those great things as role models with social distancing as well.
That's really key. And Morgan, you answered my question. In a year like we've had, how have the school safety patrollers been able to get out, and has the program been able to continue? But with that swearing in ceremony that you were able to do, we know that this good work is moving right along. I have another question for Kayo, though. One last one. Kayo, Morgan said that you shared some words of wisdom. Did you have one that was like top on your list, something that you wanted to pass along or that you did pass along?
Well, yes, I do have some words to give and to pass on to the next generations of safety patrols. I want to say, do your best and think ahead. You can think of yourself, but also think ahead. Like, instead of doing something now, do something that will help you now and the future. So help both.
Perfect words of wisdom. Kayo Cook, congratulations on the 2019-2020 Outstanding School Safety Patrol recognition. Well deserved. I see the belt right there. And thanks for keeping these lessons going with you as you move on to middle school.
Thank you for having me here and everything. It was an honor to be here.
It's our pleasure to meet and talk with you. And Morgan, we've been talking traffic safety this week from AAA. The conversation continues on Friday, but this is a big anniversary to celebrate. Thanks for sharing it with us.
Hey, thanks for having us on to talk about it. We appreciate it, Jess.
Our pleasure. We'll share a little information so you can learn more about the School Safety Patrol in your own community.
To learn more about the AAA School Safety Patrol, visit them online at AAA.com. And like the man said, do your best and think ahead, because Virginia This Morning is coming right back after this.